Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I am so excited. Nothing can stop this night. Thank you all so much for trekking here in the rain. Thank you. Give yourselves a hand clap for that. A few years, maybe a year after I started Harlem's Fashion Row, I came here, right here, to this space at Grant's Tomb, and I visualized this moment, sans the rain. And it was such a beautiful dream. And I kept saying to myself, one day we're gonna do a show at Grant's Tomb. One day it's gonna happen. I had no idea when that day would be. But tonight, we are here in real life, and I am getting to see a dream realized as we celebrate Harlem's Fashion Row's 15th anniversary. For those of you I haven't met, I'm Brandis Daniel. I'm the CEO and founder of Harlem's Fashion Row. Harlem's Fashion Row is a premier platform that acts as a bridge between designers of color and retailers. And we do that in a few different ways, through events, collaborations, pipeline programs, brand strategy, and a new initiative that we're launching very soon, HFR & Co. For the first time in the history, for 15 years, we had a brand step up, for the first time in 15 years now, step up and say, Brandis, we want to be your sole partner for your 15th annual fashion show and style awards. The leadership at this brand have walked beside us during the planning process as a true partner. And we have been supported by their top executives. I gotta take a real moment for this right now. Y'all gotta just bear with me right now, okay? Today, September 6, 2022, Harlem's Fashion Row is celebrating its 15th anniversary with a partnership with LVMH. This right here, this is what it takes for an industry to change. It will require bold moves by courageous leaders at brands. Thank you for your fearless leadership, Anish Melwani. I'm trying to put eyes on him, but thank you so much. Thank you for seeing the vision when you came last year, Corey Smith. And the very first meeting with Gina, she believed in what we were doing. So thank you so much, Gina Smith. Now I'm about to go old school. If you work for any LVMH brand, can you just raise your hand? Just raise it. You see that? I love it. Thank you so much. Tonight's theme is Futures Past. HFR could not exist without those who've gone before us. We would not exist without the work of people like Ann Lowe, Elizabeth Keckley, and Lois Alexander Lane, who created the Harlem Institute of Fashion and the Black Fashion Museum. And you can clap for that because I wouldn't be standing here without them. I am deeply grateful for the work of those whose roots have allowed us to grow branches. Tonight, we're showing the collection of 3 incredible designers that we believe in and that need your support. They need your mentorship and they need your partnership. These designers are Clarence Ruth, the designer for Coats d'Arms, Nicole Benefiel with her namesake collection, an HFR alumni, and it's his birthday today, Jonathan Hayden. We are honoring Sergio Hudson with our Designer of the Year Award. And by the way, I'm wearing Sergio. I am wearing Sergio tonight. Addy Samuel with our Stylist of the Year. And it is also Addy's birthday, so happy birthday. The archetype, Robin Givhan with the Editor of the Year. And you see, Robin, I had to come with the right words. Issa Rae with the very first Virgil Abloh Award. Issa, we all love you so much. You inspire us to no end. And Janet Jackson with our HFR 2022 Fashion Icon Award. This night is so special, and we're so excited to share this moment with you. Now, we will see a video from our exclusive partner of the night, LVMH. Thank you. HFR LVMH partnership is really about creating a pipeline of diverse talent.
Finding a way to tap into this incredible pool of creative talent that's right here in our backyard.
The partnership was really an opportunity for our organizations to come together and support each other and really learn from each other.
For us, this was not just a sponsorship, it was an actual partnership. This is not just about the right thing to do, which is what we hear people say so often when you talk about diversity and inclusion, but this is about a business imperative for the organization. We're talking about not only our future potential employees, our future designers, but you're also talking about our future customers.
I think we found a great fit in our values with HFR. They really understand, A, that it's all about people, but also the creativity, the quality, and the spirit of entrepreneurship that is at the core of LVMH and is at the core of HFR.
For us, it absolutely makes sense in terms of the industry, in terms of the values, and in terms of, again, this ability to co-learn and help together to really start to change and improve the conversation around the way the fashion industry looks.
What LVMH has been able to do is bring their maisons to the table for other programs that we have with HFR.
We have Louis Vuitton, Tiffany & Company, Moet Hennessy, Sephora, Benefit, Parfums Dior, who have all participated actively in this partnership and contributed to making this extraordinary event.
How are we making sure that the best and brightest, the smartest, the most creative want to work for our group?
How we're going to sustain over the next 50, 100 years, then by tapping into the future talent and the future designers, and HFR has been able to help us cultivate that.
What LVMH said to these designers of color is that I see you. I see you, I value you, I recognize you, and I want to support you. And so I really think that this has opened the door to more opportunities.
I can only hope that the maisons, the incredible heritage and DNA that we bring from our maisons are inspiring to the young talents that we're meeting through this partnership. And hopefully this makes them feel like this is a world that they too can be a part of, because we very much want them to be.
Please welcome to the stage Anish Melwani.
Thank you. And good evening to all our guests. We are delighted that you all joined us for this very special evening, despite the weather. At LVMH, we've always been passionate about cultivating the next generation of talent in the fashion industry. And we're extremely proud to partner with Harlem's Fashion Row for their 15th anniversary fashion show and style awards to cast a much-deserved spotlight on the development and growth of designers of color here in the US. The incredible creative expressions you will see tonight are representative of a pool of untapped diverse talent that must be elevated in order to shape a more meaningful and inclusive future for the fashion industry. Several of our maisons are supporting various aspects of this evening's event, and I would like to recognize them quickly. A very big thank you to Louis Vuitton, Tiffany & Company, Moet Hennessy, Sephora, Dior Beauty, and Benefit Cosmetics, who have all contributed. LVMH is very proud for how each of them is demonstrating the role that diversity, equity, and inclusion play in our world. Finally, thank you to all of you for joining us as we recognize new and exciting BIPOC talent. You're going to see amazing collections from our featured designers, as Brenda said, Clarence Ruth, Jonathan Hayden, and Nicole Benefield. And we're going to pay special homage to some of the creative talent who paved the way for their success. So thank you and enjoy.
Presenting Stylist of the Year, Wari Weiss.
Y'all some beautiful people out there. Give yourselves a round of applause. That's all you got for yourself? Good evening. We should reach back and gather the best of what our past has to teach us so that we can achieve our full potential as we move forward. Whatever we have lost, forgotten, foregone, been stripped of, or reclaimed, revived, persevered, and perpetuated, excuse me. This is the definition of Sankofa, the tattoo that bonds our friendship. It is my honor to present you the same award that I received 10 years ago. Addy Samuel, you make me so proud. And yes, I said your full government in front of everybody, because I can. You make me very proud. What a blessing to watch you grow in an industry that is forever changing. Your drive has always been something that is inspiring even to me as I watch you achieve everything that you've gone through. The little Nigerian girl that I met from the Bronx has blossomed into a beautiful woman that's taken the world by storm. Truly, truly proud of the work that you've done, from the halls of Teen Vogue to now gracing the screens on Good Morning America, moving forward and inspiring and allowing women to be a part of your legacy through your collection with Macy's. Even the work that you do on the covers of Ebony, Essence, Flaunt, and so on and so forth. I challenge you to continue to be great. I want you to continue to be great. Continue to influence, continue to inspire, continue to be yourself. We've had many, many conversations over time about how tough it can be to just be yourself. Well, you do a great job at it. I want you to never give up, never settle, never stop your Sankofa. LU. Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Addy Samuel, Stylist of the Year, and the birthday girl.
Thank you, Wari. Such a beautiful speech. What an inspiration. I am so incredibly honored and happy to be here. Today, I will say I'm extremely proud. It's not only to stand here as Stylist of the Year, but it's my birthday, so God has really just, thank you. So God really made this day so special. I mean, for as long as I can remember, fashion has always been my escape. You know, being a girl from the Bronx, I never saw this life. I mean, having my parents who are in the room today come here from Nigeria and really try to create a dynamic family and filled with dreams was just inspiring, and I'm so thankful to my parents. Thank you for your sacrifices. Thank you for everything that you've done. Thank you for believing in me and not pushing me to be a doctor or a lawyer, but actually trusting that fashion was gonna do something. You know, to the assistants, to the designers that supported me, I'm just really humbled and grateful to be here. And as I continue to grow in this business, I hope that you guys continue to support. And thank you. I'm a little shy, but thank you so much. Oh my God, Fern Malice, hi! Funny story, but Fern was one of the first internships that I had when Fashion Week was in the tent. I did not know you were gonna be here, so I'm sorry to call you out, but you really, really showed me what fashion could be for me, and I'm so grateful and honored by that, and I'm so happy you're here. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
Addy, I need you right back. Tiffany and Company wanted to present you with a very special gift as a congratulations.
Presenting Editor of the Year, Booth Moore.
Hi, guys. Good evening. So none of my words can live up to hers. None of ours can. Robin is a trailblazer in so many ways. The first to win a Pulitzer Prize for fashion criticism, whose extraordinary voice for all is just as eloquent bringing Dick Cheney in a parka to his knees as rhapsodizing over a Dries Van Noten collection. She's just as compassionate describing how Kirby John Raymond uses fashion to spark discussion about racial injustice as she is writing about the humanity of Shay Moss and her mother testifying about the Capitol riots, which she did recently in her expanded senior critic at large role at the Washington Post. And now she's chronicling Virgil Abloh's extraordinary legacy for her next book, Make It Ours. There's no one better to do so. The gift that he gave to aspiring Black designers was the ability to see themselves succeeding within a fashion system that had tantalized folks for generations, she wrote in a tribute to him. I've been fortunate enough not just to read Robin's words, but to call her one of my best friends. And she's just as thoughtful in caring with her friends as with her words. And I'm so lucky to have had a front row seat to both. Here's to Robin.
Hello, thank you so much. I'm old school, so I have paper. For years, Brandis and Harlem's Row have been clearing a way forward for those whose work was going unnoticed or sometimes misunderstood. They've been advocates and confidants, cheerleaders and therapists for a community of designers who don't want anything special. They just want to be able to compete. In other words, they've been in the trenches doing this for a long time and doing a lot of the hard work. I've had the privilege of watching from a bird's eye vantage point, and occasionally I've been able to unspool a narrative, tell a few truths, afflict the powerful, and shed a bit of light in overlooked spaces. That has been the joy of my job, and I get paid to do what I love. So this award is truly a bonus. It's an embarrassment of blessings, and I'm honored and deeply grateful. I want to thank my editors and colleagues at the Washington Post who make me better every day by virtue of their example. They are a legacy mainstream media at their finest, aiming to connect a multitude of diverse and special interests in one thoughtful, fact-based, open-hearted conversation. I thank them for treating fashion just like any other industry, challenging me to write about it with rigor, seriousness, and humor. And I would love to extend that same challenge to anyone who wants to write about this industry. Don't be a fashion journalist. There's no need to qualify it. Simply be a journalist. Give the industry that respect because it deserves it. I'm grateful to the designers who've taught me, who have the courage to create, and the business minds who've taught me what it takes to keep fashion companies afloat when the gods are so often against you. I'd like to thank my friends who are here for their kindness and support. You can't do this in a silo. And I want to give special thanks to Booth. You've been my fashion show car mate and seatmate. You're my dinner pal and sounding board. You make me laugh, you make me shop. You've kept me sane, and your heart is enormous. And finally, I would thank my parents. I only wish they could be here. They would be very proud too. but thanking them publicly would just make me cry. And you don't want to see me ugly sobbing like a 5-year-old. Thank you all so much.
Next, we have Corey Smith.
How's everybody doing? Come on, man. How's everybody doing? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Much better. Thank you. Thank you. I am not Veronica Webb. She is much taller than me. I'm going to bring a really important presenter to the stage, but before I do that, I want to take a moment to really kind of steep us and entrench us in the characteristics of strength and courage. Any forward movement requires strength and courage, not just to start, but to keep going. I applaud Brandis Daniel and HFR for their strength and courage for 15 years of the Fashion Show and Style Awards. The LVMH values of entrepreneurship, innovation, excellence, and creativity all require strength and courage. LVMH recognizes the strength and courage of creatives of color to not just start, but to persevere. You see, the starting point is not the same for everyone. But strength and courage create the opportunities to help you thrive and strive. Virgil Abloh understood the strength and courage of not just starting, but pushing past anyone's definition of how and where to exist in spaces before uncharted. The strength to design your path and future, the courage to define your legacy. Not as a designer, not as a creative, not as an employee or a boss. Those are just jobs and titles. But as a person sharing their talent authentically and unapologetically. So for this very first time ever award for HFR, and in the name, spirit, and legacy of Virgil Abloh, I am honored to introduce the presenter of the inaugural Virgil Abloh Award presented by LVMH, someone who herself is the very definition of strength and courage. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Shannon Abloh.
Thank you, everyone. It's my great honor to be here tonight to present the Virgil Abloh Award to an incredible artist and entrepreneur, Issa Rae. Throughout her career, she's exemplified many of the attributes I admire most about Virgil: creativity, integrity, fortitude, and a deep commitment in using one's platform in service of others. Issa first captured our imaginations with her award-winning web series and best-selling book, The Misadventures of an Awkward Black Girl. She went on to create and star in one of the defining TV series of our generation, Insecure, which garnered a Peabody Award as well as multiple Emmy and Golden Globe nominations. She's continued to break boundaries with Hooray, the media company she founded in 2020 to produce original television, film, audio, and music programming. These achievements are incredibly inspiring, and yet she continues on. She has shown equal dedication to giving back to her community in South LA via nonprofit programs and entrepreneurial pursuits that create jobs and opportunities for the local residents. I could not be more proud that Issa is the first recipient of the award that bears Virgil's name. Through everything she's already accomplished and through all that she will go on to do in the future, I know that she will carry forward the legacy of this award with honor. To Issa.
Hey everyone, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me okay? Wow, this goes all the way in the back. I didn't know that. Wow, there's so many people here. Thank you so much for that introduction. Thank you for this award. Thank you, Harlem Fashion Row, for having me. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to know Virgil very well while he was here, but I was an admirer from afar. And when I think about him, I think of pure ingenuity. I think about bold breaking of barriers, a path-defining confidence. And I most appreciate him as a high fashion doorman, just because of all the doors that he opened for others intentionally and just through his visibility. Because he existed, because he believed in himself, because he looked after others, so many others who look like him and who look like us will be. And I'm incredibly grateful to get an award like this, an inaugural one at that, because I'm the first, like ever, you know. And Shannon gave it to me personally. Will she give it to the others? I don't know. She's busy, so we'll see. Probably not. And again, I didn't get to know Virgil like that, but as the first recipient of this award, I think he'd be okay with me coming to every future award show to stun out everyone else who gets this award after me. He'd be okay with that, right? Thank you so much. She agreed. But with all sincerity, this is such a validating encouragement. It means that you guys see me and that you see all that I'm trying to do. And that means that more of us will try and succeed and exceed. And I also want to just give much love, he's not here tonight, but to Jason Rembert, who has been such a pivotal entry point for me into these fashion spaces, and to all the other icons who've been awarded tonight. Special shout out to Sergio, who designed one of my favorite Emmy dresses ever. So I'm just really proud to be here in such great company. So as for me, I love being the first, but as long as I'm working, I vow to make sure that I won't be the last. Thank you all so much.
That moment was so amazing because if you've read anything or any of Virgil's quotes, you know that he would have wanted a Designer of the Year to be the last award. So with that, I want to bring Ms. Veronica Webb to the stage.
Hi, good evening. Thanks for coming out on this wet and wild evening, but you know, fashion never sleeps, right? So chances are you know exactly where you were the first time you saw designer Sergio Hudson's work. Let me guess. You were sitting in front of your TV watching the Biden-Harris inauguration ceremony on January 20th, 2021 at high noon. Out came Mrs. Obama. Every inch power and perfection in that burgundy cashmere monochrome ensemble, the sharply tailored overcoat, the lush turtleneck, the high-waisted wool crepe power pants, and that burgundy belt with that gold buckle that just cinched the deal. Instantly, women worldwide let out a collective fashion gasp. And to hear Sergio tell it, so did he, because he had no idea Mrs. Obama was about to showcase his work to a worldwide audience. And before I could say, hey Google, my phone started blowing up. Auntie, who made what Mrs. Obama is wearing? By the time I found out it was Sergio Hudson who was the designer, his collection was sold out, and now we're here. The wow factor is so much more than Sergio Hudson's clothes, though. He is a student of fashion history, a master of his craft. The beauty and strength of Black women is the fabric of his life, and artistry is the backbone of his soul. Congratulations, Sergio, on being awarded Designer of the Year by Harlem Fashion Row. This is your decade to rule the runway, and long may you reign, my friend.
Oh, wow. I'm trying not to be a crybaby. Thank you, Veronica, for your friendship and just for all the motivation you give me whenever I need it. I want to start off by thanking my parents who aren't here tonight. They're coming to my show, so they told me I couldn't come early in the week. So I want to thank them because it's not very often that you get parents as a young boy from the South that encourage you to be an artist, encourage you to play with clothes and Barbie dolls, and you know, your mom lets you pick out her clothes whenever you want to. So without them, I would not be here in the earth or on this stage. I want to thank Ray and Inga, my sister and my brother. They saw me and they believed in me and continue to believe in me and push me to be who I am every day. And I thank them for that. To Charles, my co-creative director and my best friend, thank you for being a consummate professional and an encouraging friend every day, even when I know I get on your last nerve. To Nate and the Hinton Group, thank you for all your tireless work. Without you, I know I would be crazy. To Jody and Criscala, my sales team, thank you so much for believing in me and trusting in me. Thank you, Jody, for the endless nights on your sofa. To my children, to Leah, Chance, and Addison, you inspire me every day to continue to do this, to build a legacy that when I'm gone, you will have something to lean on. To Devon, my partner, the love of my life, thank you for inspiring me daily to get up and do what I do and giving me something to come home to and believe in outside of this crazy fashion industry. Without it, I know I would be insane. When I started out, I didn't always think I was going to be a Black fashion designer. When I was growing up, I just thought I would be a designer. And, okay. I thought I would just be a designer, but that got shot in the arm when I went to my first store and the buyer told me, your clothes should be more urban. And that's when I realized that a designer that looked like me isn't supposed to design the clothes that I design. So from that day on, I made a mission to make us a regular face in the ready-to-wear space, in American sportswear, because we are not a monolithic people. We don't do just one thing. We do everything. We're human beings. We're not just black. I don't run away from being a black man, but I am a black man who just happens to be a designer. I'm a designer who just happens to be a black man. Thank you, HFR, for all your support, for the financial support, for the leaning on support, for everything that you do, Brandis, personally. Thank you for the phone calls. Thank you for the connections. Without this organization, so many of us would be destitute, and we appreciate you. Thank you.
To be here this evening representing Louis Vuitton and to honor the incredible designers and artists that we will be featured later in this evening. Our partnership started first with our inspiration from Virgil. And as you know, his legacy, and if you heard spoken tonight, how he was a devoted mentor to young, aspiring, and emerging black designers. This was our opportunity to find a way to bring positive impact to our communities in this partnership. But also for us to realize the path that was set forward by Virgil to foster equity and inclusion in the fashion industry. I also want to share my inspiration for this lady. So, as a fellow CEO, she's also a founder and a mother, and we are so grateful to you for your partnership and your guidance and your leadership through this journey. And that journey started actually a little bit earlier this year. You were having your designers retreat, and we hosted 75 aspiring designers at Louis Vuitton. They met with myself and other executives, and it was really about a networking moment and to really share more ideas on how we could help them with their business and grow their business. This is not how that really turned out. We really learned, and much of my team is here today and who will attest to this, we learned more from them. They had so many questions, hard-hitting questions. They challenged us. They asked us to look outside of ourselves, and it was the most inspiring day, not just for them, but for us as well. And you heard Corey speak about values, and what I saw that day was passion, curiosity, and tenacity. And these are the values that we value the most at Louis Vuitton. But our journey doesn't end there. As our commitment continues, we are honored to have founded the Harlem Fashion Row Icon 360 grant for each of the incredibly talented designers that you will witness this evening. Louis Vuitton is proud to contribute to this important initiative of emerging artists and to support tonight's remarkable creative talents of Nicole Benefield, Jonathan Hayden, and Clarence Ruth. So we had a moment backstage. She was introducing them to me because I hadn't met them. And you know, it's crazy back there. But Jonathan was literally hand stitching this most beautiful pink frock that you'll see. And I was like, tell me what you're doing. And he said, this is ambition. So I applaud each of them for their passion, their courage, and their ambition in bringing their vision and life, bringing their visions to life and sharing this moment with us all here tonight. So congratulations to the three you're about to see. Thank you very much.
And next up, we'll have Gina Smith, the Chief Human Resource Officer for LVMH North America.
Thank you, Brandice. Good evening, everybody. It's so exciting to be here with you tonight. At LVMH, people make the difference, and finding the brightest, most creative talent is a core component to what we do. We have been so impressed by the raw talent nurtured at Harlem's Fashion Row and are so excited about the potential impact of our partnership to help elevate diverse talent in the fashion industry. In just a moment, you will get to experience the ingenious talent I speak of. The collections of Jonathan Hayden, Nicole Benefield, and Clarence Ruth's coat d'arms in that order. The late designer and multi-hyphenate Virgil Abloh found that people who are able to think in terms of concepts offer us invaluable forms of art. That describes these three incredible designers. Enjoy.
It feels like there's an energy compelling me and pushing me to reach within myself and pull more out. I go home to New Mexico at least once a year. One of my favorite things to do is go to Balloon Fiesta, the world's largest hot air balloon festival. So this idea of ascension came to my mind. One of the big takeaways in refining the collection in my brand has been, what would a plaid from Jonathan look like? What would a polka dot look like? What would a stripe? And across the board, it's always been about engineering the textile, not just buying it or having it borrowed from somewhere else. We really forge these textiles, and I think it really is about the cloth, letting that take on a life and direct the collection and where it can go.
Presenting Jonathan Hayden.
Dream, 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 dream. When I want you in my arms and I need you, and all your charms whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream, 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 dream. When I feel blue in the night and I need you to hold me tight whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream, 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 dream.
What could you do with this simple square? My fashion is my alter ego. Like, I become someone else when I put on some of my pieces. I would say that there's this undercurrent of curves and organic shapes that I'm always attracted to. That curvature of a line, curvature in the proportion, curvature in the style lines, curvature in how prints or colors are paired together. My brand is casual, like that is like paramount. It has to feel like not precious. I want to look fabulous, but I want to feel like it's effortless at the same time. So casual, effortless, sophisticated. I'm not a kid, you know, and I want to be perceived as a grown woman. My grown woman is confident. My grown woman is not afraid to take risks in proportion play and playing with their garments and how they wear them, versatility. And my grown woman is just unapologetic. She's comfortable in her own skin and is willing to share and celebrate that with the world.
Coat d'armes is the French term of coat of arms, which the French term means a piece of clothing or a symbol that represents you or your affiliation. Growing up, my mother was a minister, and just going to church and seeing everybody in their Sunday's best, I think was the first kind of where I was like, okay, people are dressing really well. Collection's called In God I Trust, and what I'm doing in that is I'm taking two totally different worlds per se, blending them together. Coat d'armes, we always have a biker influence in there. So I'm taking the biker culture, the biker racing culture, and I'm taking the clergy and merging them together. These two worlds, they have their own communities. They're all about community. They're all about building that community and that foundation within that community. They're all about having each other's back in that community. Both of them have the same mindset, just two different worlds. And so I thought it was amazing to bring those two worlds together to create something extremely special.
A reading from the book of Psalms. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. Just in you. Just in you. Just in you.
Now coming to the stage, the founder and CEO of HFR and Icon 360, Brandis Daniel.
See if I can get. I'm gonna see if I can get through this without getting incredibly emotional. They've worked so hard. Can we please give it up to the designers? What a night. My heart is so full. Thank you to our entire HFR team. If you're on the HFR team, you guys know what I do. Just raise your hands in the air. Thank you so much. Thank you to my husband, Rich Daniel, for believing in my dream. My parents and my parents in loves who are here tonight. And to my baby girl, Sky Grace, who is my biggest inspiration. I want to thank our 3 talented designers, all of our honorees. A special thank you to Shannon Abloh for being here. I want to thank you for your presence, for LVMH for your collaboration, our events team, CMG, who is a Black-owned, female-owned business. And I want to thank all of you for being here. To quote Virgil Abloh, life is collaboration. Where I think art can be sort of misguided is that it propagates this idea of itself as a solo love affair. One person, one ideal, no one else is involved. HFR will not exist without the collaboration of all of you. And so if you were here last year, you know what to do. Tonight is about the village. The village that is needed to create Black design directors, creative directors, and lifestyle brands. The village that will rewrite the systematic history in fashion for Black designers. The village that will use its resources and connections to open more doors of opportunity for designers of color. Repeat after me. I am the village. Let's do it one more time with your chest. I am the village. I am the village. There we go. Look at the person next to you and say it one last time. I am the village. Yes, we are the village. Have an amazing night. Thank you.
It's giving boss. It's giving boss. It's giving bad. Never ever play me like I'm average.